I really do think we should have tests every maybe 10 years or whatever, that you go and you do a written test, at least a written test, nothing crazy, 30 questions or something, that proves you know how to drive safely. Because God almighty, there are some terrible drivers. But with that preaching out of the way, we're going to look at some examples of some of the harshest punishments from around the world when it comes to traffic violations. So let's get started. So in Dubai, they have a very strict car impoundment law. So if you're caught racing or acting reckless in some sort of way, they won't just fine you, they might actually seize your car. And then they go and auction it off. And not only do they auction off your car, whether you owe money on it or not, they auction it off and put that money into the government. They don't give it to you for selling your car. You acted dumb, they took it, sold it, and now they have all the cash. So don't go doing anything stupid in Dubai. If you go over there, respect the laws, drive carefully, drive like you're supposed to. Don't drive like you can afford to have the government sell your car. So in parts of China, there is actually a very steep penalty for a fatal hit and run. If you are caught causing a fatal car accident and then you flee the scene and you're found guilty, it's proven that it was you, your punishment could be up to the death penalty yourself. So you didn't just take a life, you're giving your own. It might be better if something happens and you accidentally cause a scene, stay there, own your mistake, because if you don't get away with it, the Reaper's coming for you. All right, certain states in the US actually have what's called a 3-strike rule, where basically if you get caught 3 times with a DUI, driving intoxicated, it can actually land you 25 to life in prison. Personally, I think that's a little bit light. Not the punishment, but I think giving people 3 chances to do this is kind of light. It's unacceptable. If you do it once, I mean, I'm going to judge you regardless, because I think you should have been more responsible than that. But at least you only did it once, right? If you're doing it twice, 3 times, you have no regard for anybody else's safety. I'm just going to say it. I think your ego is big and you think you can handle it, and you care more about yourself and where you're going than anybody else. So 25 to life in certain states, like California, for example. So honestly, I don't know. I think that's a little bit light, but that's just me. Let me know down in the comments what you think. Again, I'm not a perfect person. I make mistakes, but I would never get caught doing something like this. But that's just me. I don't know. I think that's a little bit light personally, but let me know what you think. In Finland, there is an income-based fines system for speeding tickets. So the more you make, the more you pay. One businessman actually paid $100,000 for a speeding ticket. So the more you make, the more you're on the hook for. I don't know. I think that's pretty valid, considering for me, $100 speeding ticket is crushing. I can't handle that. Plus, the dent it makes to my insurance rate, I can't afford that. It's just far better to not get caught at all. But, if you have the money to pay it, who cares? So I don't know. I kind of like this idea. It keeps people maybe a little safer on the roads. We got to find a solution somehow, right? I mean, if you have the money, who cares about a little speeding ticket? So in Russia, there is a stripping of driver's license rights if you actually owe debts. So if you owe debt like child support, taxes, or any other kind of a government related debt, authorities can actually revoke your driver's license, which in hindsight, it kind of seems counterproductive, because if, let's just say you can't afford child support and then they take your driver's license away, now you can't go to work and you definitely can't afford child support now. So now you're just out of car even longer. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about this one. This one's a little bit tough, I think. I understand the government's perspective on it being, it's the government, especially if you owe taxes. They have no patience when it comes to that. If you don't file with the IRS or whatever the Russians have over there, I'm sure they are just like America, auditing your ass like no tomorrow. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about this one. This one seems a little bit tough, to be honest. Especially child support. I don't know. I think there's other ways of getting that money that don't stop that person from making the money. I don't know. I've also never been waiting for someone's check like that. So I also can't really relate. So in the Philippines, there comes a up to 20-year jail sentence if you're caught acting out road rage, even if it was not premeditated, even if you think that you are defending yourself, but you're the one that gets caught, that could land you in jail. And that one seems tough. On one hand, I see a lot of road rage being in Texas, and I drive to work during lunch hour, so I see it a lot. I really do. People just drive like shit, but I don't know, because at the same time, how do you justify what might be road rage and what's just somebody driving super offensively? Like, they might still be doing something stupid, but it might not be them raging. I don't know. It definitely seems like a situation to situation basis, but in the court system, it's not always like that. Sometimes it's what it looked like rather than what was intended. In the UK, you can automatically be held for vehicular manslaughter if you kill someone with your vehicle in an accident, intentional or not. When you drive a 1 ton, 2 ton, whatever, dangerous weapon potentially, you have to understand you're not just hopping in a car and going to work. Like, you have to have that sense of responsibility. Everybody around you is at your mercy. You have to be paying attention. You have to be aware of your surroundings. You just have to be. It gets so repetitive that we don't really think about it like that all the time. I know for sure I don't. In the UK, you can be held, in a lengthy prison sentence for killing somebody on the road, whether you meant to or not. You still did it. So it might be situation to situation, but although intent should also come into play, there are just consequences to our actions. And at the end of the day, somebody's not going home to their family. So it's important. All right. In Singapore, if you're caught joyriding, even for just a short amount of time, it can come with a prison sentence and caning. Yeah, caning, where they literally hit you on the back with a wooden stick multiple times as part of your punishment. So that's kind of crazy. That's like getting the paddle as an adult, but like paddling your back. That's kind of wild to me. I don't know if that's considered torture. I think kind of is. Maybe hold the stick and just deal with the prison sentence. But I don't know. I'm not from Singapore, so what do I know, right? We're almost there. We're almost at the most extreme punishment in the world. But at number 2 is Saudi Arabia's execution for extreme reckless driving. I know I'm laughing, kind of smiling a little bit, but this is serious. I'm being dead ass. All right. In Saudi Arabia, it is insane the amount of car races and events that happen over there. There is stupid amounts of money and insane cars, but acting stupid over and over again could literally carry an execution sentence. Their view on it is that reckless driving can have multiple casualties, and getting caught doing it over and over again is considered a deliberate act of endangering lives. And I mean, yeah, they're kind of right. But I don't know if you necessarily justify the death sentence. Let me know down below. All right, guys, we're at the very last one. Number 1 is North Korea and the execution for minor traffic violations. That is right. Certain traffic violations in North Korea, especially if you are a government official, can be punishable up to execution. There are reports of high-ranking government officials being executed for drunk driving. So I don't know if you necessarily consider this, driving punishments, or if you consider it political control, maybe some of both, but that is the most aggressive form of reckless driving punishment in the world. But thank you guys so much for watching. I know I ragged on DUI, DWIs a lot. I don't know. I just don't have a lot of sympathy for that sort of thing. I get it. Accidents happen. Maybe you think you're totally fine, genuinely, and you get caught. Now you know. Don't let it happen again. But letting it happen multiple times, shame on you. Shame on you. For real. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. If you have other car stuff you want me to cover, let me know down in the comments below. Definitely let me know what you think about this list and any others you know of around the world. Maybe your state handles it pretty aggressively, maybe a different country you're in, let me know. I'm interested, but I appreciate every one of you guys. Please like, subscribe, all that, and I will see you in the next video. Drink water and be safe.